Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Reflections of Real Talk podcast. My name is Andre. I hope your morning is going as jolly as I am, even though it's not Christmas. Today we are going to have a great episode today because we have a guest who is well known on the podcast as well as YouTube. As I mentioned before, this podcast or YouTube wouldn't be what it is today if it isn't for her everlasting support and encouragement. And her name is Dianna.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm very tired this morning. Just bear with us. We are both visually impaired, and yeah.
Yes, and if you guys don't know, Dianna, she is, as she mentioned, she is visually impaired. She's a YouTuber. She also is very talented and is always looking to grow and thrive as a person, which is a great trait because, it's always a good idea to want to improve yourself and have fun in the process. So today, we're going to talk about a topic that's unique to both of us as well as probably a lot of you listeners because, I'm sure we all experience it. It's about stress. Oh,
Anxiety.
yeah. So this week was, for me, a very good week. I got a lot of things done that I needed to get done. And there were a couple stressful moments throughout this week. Part of it was with Access Link. I didn't get a chance to mention this, but if you guys don't know what Access Link is, it is a paratransit bus or car or Uber or Lyft service that transports people with different abilities to and from destinations. It's a curb-to-curb bus service. And there was an individual on the bus who had to have been about maybe 80 or 90 years old, and he was a racist Ku Klux Klan member. So
The nicest person in the world.
yes, and so there was this driver who, Access Lane driver, because we got picked up in a van today. I haven't gotten a van in a long time. Usually it's a bus or a car. And the driver, I believe he had to have been either Haitian or French. Please excuse that Asian. That's not what I meant. And with the Haitian driver, he had a bit of an accent, and then the passenger was saying a bunch of racist and rude things, talking about people's
Not being
mental state
nice.
because of their color, and it just like a lot of vulgar, not nice things that were said. And he spent the whole entire time complaining, and the driver got upset that he was swerving in and out of the lanes. That was pretty stressful for me because that was the same day that we had that bad storm. And for the people who live on the northeast or whatever the storm affected, that was a really, really bad storm because I had rehearsal that same day. We had rehearsal that same day, and it rained, and the rain was really, really bad. You were barely able to stand up, barely able to walk. And
It was
it
raining and
affected a lot of people.
thundering and lightning that day.
Yeah, there was lightning, thundering, barely able to affect. I had the umbrella I was using, because fortunately, Dianna was nice enough to allow me to use her umbrella, so I was using it for both of us as we waited for her ride. And the rain kept going down, and it was even hard to hold the umbrella up. It was definitely a stressful day because not only did I take the ride to go over there, I didn't find out that our event was canceled till 5 minutes once I got out of the vehicle, and I was pretty stressed. But
And
I
upset
quickly,
and annoyed, but
but I
in a good way, though.
but I quickly put it aside because then I started to focus on the positives because there were a lot of positives that happened that day. And Diana, so the whole world doesn't hear me just flabber my jaws about my stressful day. How was your day that day, and what was it like for you before we start getting into the ways of dealing with stress?
When I do have my transportation, but there's a contract that's ending today. Hopefully, I can go to my education location and not naming it, so for privacy reasons. Um, it was horrible because my socks got wet to the T, and the bottoms of my leggings got wet. I don't care about the pants being wet. I was caring about my socks. I should have put I should have put extra socks in my bag. So
Yeah, so she got drenched by the rain as well. It was like I said, it was a very, very
my puddle.
strong. It was a very, very strong storm, and it created huge puddles. It was flooding. It was like a tropical storm. Like I haven't felt rain like that since I was in Florida, and it was just wow. So because of that, we had a lot of events got canceled, and that affected a lot of people because a lot of people, take time to get there. Whether you're driving in dangerous weather or you're taking some form of transportation, it's dangerous to get to and from those places in that weather, and so it affected a lot of people. Um, as I was mentioning, the ways that I dealt with that stress was one, realizing that stress is normal, that anybody would feel stressed in that type of situation because you don't know what's going to happen. People's lives are at stake, and you don't know
It's for
how
our
the thing
safety.
can turn.
That's why they canceled it.
Yeah, so they had their own procedures and stuff in place to make sure it was safe for everybody, which I really appreciate. I wish they would have let us know a little earlier so we wouldn't have had to take that trip. But then again, there was a good thing that came out of it. That trip was actually an anniversary day, a mini anniversary day. So I got to spend time with my significant other for a few minutes, and that was cool. So even though it wasn't the best weather, the fact that I got to spend a few minutes with somebody who means a lot to me, that was one way of looking at it. Two, I was happy with the fact that I got there safely because it could have been really bad. We were almost in like an accident twice because of the individual on access link and the driver arguing with each other while driving on the highway at the same time as the driver using his phone. All the stuff that you're not supposed to do while on the road. And the other thing that happened was I got to eat at a couple cool places that I haven't tried before that day. So that was cool as well. Um, Another thing I realized that, um,
Which we're not sponsored by.
yep, another thing I realized was that dealing with life is always going to be stressful and there's always going to be problems. And the only way to deal with them is to problem solve. And so another thing that I did to deal with my stress was journal. I started journaling years ago. And when I journaled, it allowed me to put my thoughts on paper and either paper or digitally. And it allowed me to write like what my day is like and what I did and how I was feeling. And it helped me look at it in like a new way. Another thing I do is like I'll sometimes like meditate or talk about my day with a certain person and they'll talk to me about their day and that's us just letting each other know how we feel and getting stuff off our chest and I think that's beneficial to me and the other person and so communication is also important too and
Communication is key.
just like I mentioned like what we're talking right now like I'd feel more comfortable if we were both talking to each other and focused on each other um I know right now that Um, some people are busy, but communication to me is very, very, very important. So, Diana, what about you? What did you do to?
I was in the middle of playing the game. This game helps me with stress, anxiety disorder, and I also have a calming jar that you just put in a plastic bottle with a lid, but you have to put warm water, clear glue, and whatever color glitter. You shake it up, you twist the top, and then you shake it really, really to mix it, and it comes down. And that helps
Playful.
me.
So some people get through their stress by playing a game. I
Which
think
I'm doing.
I think a politeful thing to do would just to let me know ahead of time if you're going to do that because it kind of comes across as rude if you're using your phone while we're talking.
No, I was showing how the game can be helpful to me.
But yeah,
It's part of my
I played Candy Crush. I played Candy Crush before, and it definitely helps some people. Me,
Mine
it
is
kind of does
very
the complete
severe,
opposite.
so
Me, I kind of do it a little bit. It's kind of the opposite for me. It helps sometimes, but sometimes it makes me want to become a raging bull. But and I'm not that good on the level, so she's good at helping me out. Let's just put it that way.
I tried
Um,
so hard to pass him a level and it's a level that I've been on, and I'm on like 483.
Yeah,
And
see, I'm not even nowhere near that level. I'm literally on like 390 something, and I don't play that much.
like 394, I think.
But I'm happy that you have a way of dealing with your own stress. You have a calming jar, which I've never seen, but it seems pretty cool. What else do you do to deal with stress?
It's not more of a stress. It's not more of a stress type of thing. It's more anxiety wise. Like I get frustrated easily, like on the spot when like sometimes like I'll give you I'll give you guys an example. This morning my friend called me at 8 something in the morning, which I keep telling him stop doing, because he gets there, he plays his game, and he's on the phone with me, ignoring me, and I keep telling my friend, I'm like, if you're gonna continue playing your game, I'm hanging up because it's not fair to me, and
That's
that's part
kind
of
of
my anxiety.
that's kind of what I felt like a few minutes ago, where I was getting
I am
ignored,
so
and
sorry,
that's
but I wanted to show them how what game to play
And
if
then there
they're
are other games
excited.
that there are other ways of dealing with stress too. Like some people like to sing. Like I can name an example. My mom, who when she's stressed, you go in the bathroom, you hear her singing. Sometimes I'll think it's the TV, but no, she likes to sing. And she likes her Whitney Houston, and so I'm gonna get her a whole Whitney Houston set just for her, and it'll have all her songs. Uh, there are a lot of other unhealthy ways that people
It
deal with
depends
stress.
on how much it costs too. Remember,
Yeah, it does.
budget.
Yeah, because if it's too much, then we're gonna have to get a Whitney Houston thing on YouTube. Um, there are also a lot of unhealthy ways that people deal with stress, whether that's smoking, whether that's drinking beer, whether that's
Like
working too
that's like in
much.
a drinking category where like they've been drinking, been you know like overdoing it, overdosing it, and what's the another one? And plus, when it comes to anxiety disorders, it's like OCD, but more higher than that. It depends what they're diagnosed with. But for me, playing games helps my brain and pretend these people who are frustrating me,
Oh yeah.
to put them in a game and blowing them up. Not
So
physically, mentally.
so imagine. So I asked a joking question yesterday. When is my head going to be put into the game? And
And I said no.
imagine my head being blown up. I wouldn't have a
And
brain cell
sometimes
left.
watching YouTube help me sleep,
Yeah. So
because I can't sleep automatically.
some people need noise to fall asleep. Me, it depends. Like if I'm super tired and I'm laying on the bed, I could fall asleep in like 2 seconds.
I
Sometimes if
can't
I'm restless,
automatically, so
sometimes if I'm restless, it could take me a long time to go to sleep. It really depends on the day. Like yesterday, we did a lot yesterday, and it was a great day yesterday. So when I went home, I talked and then went to sleep. And so I think another way that we do dealing with stress in a healthy way is talking about things that are bothering us or stressing us out. Kind of like what we talked about a few minutes ago, where I mentioned where certain things, behaviors make me feel certain ways, and you did the same with you. And
exactly. And certain people keep bugging me in a not nice way, and Andre knows who I'm talking about. And
yeah.
I've been knowing this person for like 20 years, and this person, um I was with family at this time, and not at an agency. So me and my family decided my me and my family member decided to get lunch and buy lunch for somebody, and they didn't say a thank you. And that's the person who Andre knows. and dealt with her before me, and it's not good. Not
You know,
good.
a couple
It's
people.
exactly. But I'm just saying this in particular person I know since 2005. So,
Hmm.
but they don't say thank you. They get jealous. They just got jealous yesterday because one of our friends gave me a snack during rehearsal, right before rehearsal. So, and I did
See,
not
that's a
appreciate her for what she
mm,
did.
see, that's a pet peeve of mine. Is like, and I don't know if it's just something with me. Maybe that's just the way
I
that I
have the
am. But
same I have the same thing because this person gets me annoyed all the time, trying to touch you, and that makes me mad. And that's part of my anxiety. I'm like, please stop touching him. So,
yeah, and yeah, that's another thing. Unwanted touching is not a nice thing, and that maybe it's just a
and it's
pet peeve
personal
of mine.
space.
Yeah, maybe it's just a pet peeve of mine, but I don't like when I do something for someone and I put in all my effort into doing it and I don't get any form of appreciation whatsoever. That
And I
bothers
witnessed
me to
it.
my limit. That bothers me to my limit because I doing things is not easy. Doing things with when you have some form of disability, it takes a lot more effort.
It
And
it depends on the capability of it.
And so because of that, the things I do for people, it's not easy and it takes a lot of time and effort. And I'd like to people to at least appreciate the time and effort I do. And unfortunately, some people have not, and that's a pet peeve of mine. But I dealt with it in a healthy way. I let a person know what I was feeling and what I experienced, and I decided to make a couple choices and to not deal with them as much because when I
And it
find out a person
happened
doesn't care
recently
about,
too.
yeah. And when I find out a person doesn't care about me, I don't deal with them as much. And that's my way of handling
Like we
it.
dropped them as friends in a way.
Yeah. And I'll still be cordial, but it's not going to be like where it used to be. Okay.
Like can I give them an example?
Yes, you can. We'll just change the names or just something different.
Well,
So we're
I'm
not.
not saying any name. So,
Okay.
somebody that we know that went to a restaurant that we went to, and it's near a local place that I go to, and we decided to make an Andre decided to make an end card for this individual, and this person complained, and I was giving suggestions. She didn't thank me at all. She didn't thank him whatsoever, and we are never doing that again for somebody like that. And we are dropping the person, so be
If you guys
aware.
don't know what. Hmm.
Go ahead.
If you guys don't know what an end card is, it's at the end of a video, and it basically is a some type of sign or something that lets the viewer know to either subscribe to their channel or to interact with their video. So you can go on what you were saying. I just wanted to explain that to people who may not be aware.
If you have a YouTube channel, you can make an end card on it's at the end of the Andre said it's at the end of the video. You can say thanks for watching. Here's my link down below. And you can make a QR code too, which I am the one I have. I'm very appreciative, and he made me a cute banner too. So that's a good thing. But other people need to be more appreciative and thanking people for what they do. And he worked really hard on it. And people decide to not listen to us. And do you know what else I don't like when people do, Andre?
What?
Is not let me finish talking when I'm trying to have a conversation with somebody. And that just happened this morning.
Really? Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, that's
Yeah, I was trying to say something about my transportation, and he didn't want to hear it because he takes the same type of thing, and that's what makes me annoyed. And he messes with
oh
me. He messes with me. I mess with him back. Either way. But I'm very annoyed when people like say like, "Oh no, 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 don't." They're gonna keep saying no to me. I don't appreciate that, and I keep telling him that. He does it
Yeah,
with
that is.
another friend of mine too. So, and she gets annoyed very quickly.
Yeah, allowing a person to finish what they have to say is definitely important, especially because what if what they're saying is, what they're really important to them. And yeah, I know what it's like. I don't like people speak like doing that to me either, because it makes me feel like what I have to say is not important. But I know one thing, our listeners, we can all do right now that'll help every one of us at least a little bit deal with stress. And this is the last thing as far as stress is taking a deep breath, because our breathing is very important too. And we're always taught in rehearsal or wherever we go to take a deep breath. So that's what I'm going to do for everyone right now because we all need it.
Breathe in, breathe out.
And that is one way to deal with stress too, because sometimes when you're stressed, you have higher breathing and it's hard to focus. So I
I
hope you
just want
guys.
links will be in the comments down below as well.
I hope you guys really enjoyed this video episode of the podcast. Diana, thank you for taking time out of your day to do this, even though I know you had a lot going on and a lot stressing you out. I do
Just letting you
appreciate the
know
time.
the time is 9:21.
Yeah, so just letting don't appreciate the time that you took, and we'll be back with more podcasts. Thank you, everyone. My name's Andre. This is Diana. Her information will be provided.
Keep the comments clean and give us ideas in the comments down below. Peace out.